Hey, how are ya?
Thank God Oda has come back. These past few weeks felt like years. I was so unbearably bored that I almost joined a cult and was on the verge of watching Boruto. We return to the pirate beehive, and I think it's safe to say that even though Garp is 187 years old, he still has enough old man strength to fight with all of these pirates. Sort of like how a 347-year-old ancient artifact like Whitebeard, with stage 16 cancer, diabetes, asthma, badass syndrome, and bronchitis, was able to mess Marineford up like it was an anthill. Can I just say, as I was watching Marineford again, I really don't know how Sakazuki was able to live, let alone walk again. Let's just say that man is lucky that Sengoku stopped Garp. We also have a flashback of when Kuzin was not an admiral yet training with a more young Garp. And I don't know about you, but Garp using marine battleships as a punching bag is not surprising to me at all. San Juan Wolf backs up the claim that the bigger they are the harder they fall, because he is now underwater, and he is a devil fruit user, and he is no fish man, so getting him out of the water is going to be a difficult task. The pirate beehive is well named because these pirates do not stop coming. Garp has now rescued Kobe and the prisoners, which means it's time to skedaddle, that is until an invisible boy stabs Garp right through his stomach, but you already know Garp is a badass old guy, so a mere toothpick can't stop him. Garp is then getting the Whitebeard treatment and is getting jumped by any living thing around him, but unlike Whitebeard, he has no overpowered devil fruit and no overpowered weapon either. It's just Garp and his two island fisters. From swords and guns to cannons and bombs, I wouldn't wish the Whitebeard treatment on my worst enemy. The way the Marines jumped to 416-year-old Whitebeard who was already on death's door has to be one of the biggest violations in anime history. Leave that old man alone. To think that all three admirals were teaming up to stop Whitebeard is still crazy to think about, and the fact that Whitebeard looked at these admirals as little boys shows you how badass this man was. So badass that he could call a mustache a beard. And not only the admirals, but the Blackbeard pirates hopped in on the bus and got some hits on Whitebeard as well. Garp and Kuzin threw the gloves down and began to scrap. The Island Fister versus the Ice Fister. Kuzin also used to punch the marine battleships with Garp, so we now know that he is not as heavily dependent on his devil fruit as we thought. This also means that Kobe most likely does the same thing, raising his potential up even more. A big kaboom sends our favorite marine grandpa flying, and we see that Pizarro has finally decided to use his devil fruit for something useful. When you guys saw that San Juan Wolf was sent to the bottom of the ocean, you were probably thinking of Pizarro simply using his devil fruit to help pick him up out of the water. Well, how would Pizarro do that if he's not making it to chapter 1089? In the background, your human eyes were probably not good enough to see that an Avenger-level threat was in the background of the ship. With Pizarro about to erase Garp's ship, Garp is on the ground and simply says, "Don't lose your head, Bogard will prevail." That is right, ladies and gentlemen, we didn't wait 5 weeks for Garp to be unalived like he's just any other badass old man. We waited 5 weeks for Pizarro to be unalived by Bogard's blade. We already know what Garp's personality is like. He must have told Bogard to stay on the ship so that Garp could have some fun. This is Oda's writing post-eye laser surgery, and you bet that those laser eyes have helped him transcend his writing to the next level. Now that Pizarro is about to obliterate this ship, it is going to be the last thing that he is going to do. Next time we come back to the pirate beehive, we will see a bloody Pizarro on the ground without a pulse, all because he made the worst mistake of his life, not knowing Bogard's full name. Bogard. With a bounty given to him by the Cross Guild, a 4-crown bounty worth about 4 billion berries. I wouldn't be surprised if after he is done dealing with Pizarro, that he leaps over to the island and ends all of the fighting with his conqueror's hockey, obliterates Shiryu for poking Garp, picks up our Vice Admiral Grandpa, and heads back to the ship where we won't see him for another 300 chapters, simply because Oda doesn't want such a powerful character to stop Luffy from reaching the One Piece. So if you're like Prince Groose and you're a Garp fanboy, don't worry, because the flashback didn't mean anything. Garp isn't going to the light just yet. Don't forget to leave a thank you Bogard message down in the comments below. Also, who's excited for July 29? One Piece is about to break the internet.